Welcome back to Game Frame Nation. In today's video, I'll be teaching you about Python. So I'll be first starting off with the basics of Python and we'll be going over the other details later. Um, so in Python, basically, Python is a coding application. You can like code different stuff. Like suppose you can get a number. Like you can build your own calculator using Python. You can build your own bank coding, like bank type, your own library, like what you have read, what you have not read, and many other things like that. So I'll be first teaching about the basics over Python. Okay. So first we have the print application. All these notes are done by me, which will be sent in our Discord server. If you haven't already, please subscribe and like the video, and I'll be sending you the so this is my channel, Discord server, the Nation Game server. I'll be posting most of the important like resources, notes in this channel. If you haven't already joined, please join. I'll be posting this in the description below. Okay, now let's get back to the video. So first things first, the print application. So what the print application does, I mean like what this. So what the print application does, it prints something which is already inside the brackets. Okay. So suppose we have like a letter like this. So if you want like so in coding you can't just type it and let it won't just like come on the screen. Okay, let me like show you what will happen. Suppose I put print. So you need print, okay? So if print wasn't there, I'll just type hello world. If I put hello world and I run the module, see, invalid syntax. So meaning this cannot be printed. So if I had put, if even I put an underscore kind, I don't know what that's called actually, but yeah. See, hello world. The name hello world is not defined. So we got an error. So basically, you can't just you put hello world like that. So if you put print, whatever is inside the brackets with the double quotes will be printed into the module here. See? Right? Yeah, see this? Hello world. So in similar ways, so this is for the letters. But for numbers, you can't just like, put the double quotes because it won't be printed. Okay, so suppose I have done that. Oh, prints. Yeah, anyways, even without the quotes, it's going to be printed because it's a number. So numbers do not need those double quotations, but letters do. Okay, so we need to keep that in mind. So next, so your assignment I'm giving you, print your detail using print. This is assignment. Now we'll be going over data types, okay? So now data types, meaning, so data types. So there are four types of data types: integer, float, string, and boolean. So what do you think integer could be? It could be a whole, so integer is basically whole number, like 100, 56, 78, -90, 89, and like that, so on. Okay. So integer means a number, a whole number. Here, float means a decimal number, like 7.8, 9, 98.4, 100.6, and goes on like that. So string. String is a sequence of characters, okay? So it's like alphabets, numbers, Python at 1 to 3, 89, 90.8, could be any. But the only exception here is it has to be in these kind of double quotation thing. See this? Has to be in this. Otherwise, it will not work. Okay. Has to be in this for string. Next, Boolean. Boolean is like where the condition is true or the condition is false. So Boolean just means true and false. Okay. So that's it for data types. Now I'll be going over the variables. So first, what we're gonna do is we're gonna create three different variables and store three different data types, and we're gonna be printing them. So first one. So first of all, we need a variable. First, we need a variable to store the given content in, right? So the variables could be like, could be like number, uh, name, age, and so on. So for an example, if we take, we can put it as like name. So I'll put this, and enter your name, please. I'll get over like what this input, I'll get over what this is on the other videos we make, or we head on to the other stuff. Okay. So then once we do that, we can print this. So your name, so wait, all of that. You could put as hello, hello, and then we have to put a comma after it and put name. If you put this small in, what would you think would be the answer? It probably be an error or not an error. Who knows? I have not actually checked, but probably might be an error. I don't know. Please just check on this, you guys. So if you put a small, the actual name which we have already entered will not be printed. So we put name. If you want to put more sentences in, I can put as hello. If I put Shrikant, Shrikant goes on the name, the variable. So Shrikant, uh, good morning. It become like that, right? So let's run the module and see what happens. Oh wait, the hell. Sorry guys, just a second. Something's and oh, by the way, why am I using these three lines? These three lines are there particularly to quote everything in, like, quote all this instead of putting your hashtags, which just comments on one line. We can put these three things, which will quote everything. You know how like statement like these become green with the double quotations. Similarly, same thing only, but with three quotations, we can like it'll cover everything to green fully. So it's safer to use and also be easy. If you get what I mean. Hopefully you get it. Okay, so let me do this here. Now let's rerun it. See? Okay, wait, see this? Enter your name, please. I put my name here. See, hello Shrikant. Good morning. So it worked, right? So now we head on next. So now we're going to be printing a whole number. So we'll be printing an integer. Okay. So we're printing an integer. So first I have to make a variable, obviously. I keep my variable as num. I have to put an equal sign to store the content in the variable num. Then what you're going to do is like I did here, I printed it, but I used a sentence. Here you can print with a sentence or you don't have to print with a sentence. You can do either in Python. Okay. So what you're going to do, you have the variable here. So you're going to insert that in here. You should not add the double quotation. See what happens if you use a double quotations. See, it becomes green here, meaning it's going to be printed out. Like it's going to get printed out automatically, right? So you have to make sure that the double quotations are not there. So you can only print num, the num which is entered, like your number here. So now, so that's done with, okay. So next we have banana equals 20. Same thing, right? Integer. So we're printing an integer here. But now we're going to be printing a decimal number. So it's the same procedure, nothing different. It's the same thing, but just 20.8 is the 0.8 in it. Here, let me show you. See here? Where is it? It's not come there. I just put a start to name. See here? 20.8 works. Right? So now we'll head on. What is this? Oh, okay, so now we'll head on. Now we'll be printing a string. So when you're printing a string within a variable where it's going to be stored, so first of all, keep the variable. Put the equal sign to store the content in it. So we're printing a string. So when we're printing a string, you have to add the single quotation, like here in the example which I've shown, because it's since it's in letters basically. You can't just like print the letter. Okay, so see what happens. I put only the thing here. Now running it. See this? Name Shrikant is not defined. So here in this case, we have defined it here. But we're not defined it here because the quotations have not added. So these you can only use without quotation is for numbers. You can't use it for anything else. If you can see. See, I've also given you why. Answer is already more. Sometimes if you have an error, the answer is already provided within the error. Or else you just have to read like the basic part of the error. Which I'll teach you how later. Okay. So I have to single quotation it, which is done here. Now I have to print the name out just like normal, and the name will come. Okay. So I don't want to waste too much time. So next. Now we're going to be building. Not exactly. It's not going to be exactly like a calculator, but I'll be teaching you operators here. Okay. We will be going on towards the operators within Python. So first things what you're going to learn is, so what operators are there in mathematics? So you have your addition, you have your subtraction, you have your multiplication, and your division, right? So these has to be represented in symbols in Python. You can't just write out addition, subtraction, multiplication, division. So so you have to add. So addition is plus sign, subtraction is the normal minus sign, which is the dash in your keyboard. But for multiplications and division, it's going to be completely different. You know your multiplication and division. Okay, wait, this. So multiplication always goes in this format, right? The division is the dot there and there. But in this case, it's not. Okay. So here multiplication is represented as a star. And the division is represented with the slash, the one under the question mark on the keyboard. Okay. Let me erase that out. Just a sec. Okay. So now that you've learned the basic operation, I'll tell you how to use it. So first, you're obviously going to be needing a few variables to store the numbers in, right? Next, you have to print. It has to be always going under print. So suppose you have to add anything. You have to add number 1 and number 4. So you can just put num1 plus num4. Similarly, you can do that with this. So you can do that num1 plus minus num2. It can be negative, no problem. Okay. Then again, here we can put num1 multiplied by num3. And then finally we have a division which goes here. So we can put, oh sorry. So it can be as num2 divided by num3. Now we'll check the results, okay? Please remember to save, otherwise if you don't save, power actually goes gone. Everything is gone, your saves and everything. So please save it regularly. See here, 500, wait, num right, num 20.8. Yeah. From here it should be, yes, from here. So num1 plus num4 is 500, num1 minus num2, 100 minus 200 minus 100. And we did here num1 multiplied by num3 and then num2 divided by num. So everything works, right? Now, we're going to put this into like a calculator type. You know how calculator have to input them. Here it's different. I'm not exactly done it like that, but it should work like this also. So now you have three different things. So, like in variables, you know how you can like here I've already taught you how you can put a sentence within the particular variable. Here it's completely different. Okay. If you want, you can also make it like this. I not exactly tried it, but probably just check it real quick. Num1 plus num4. Right. I think it should work. I'm not exactly sure. You can try it if you want. I'm not gonna really do that. I'm just gonna use it, do like the normal way. Like you know what I mean. So you can so now you can print this. The addition, oh sorry, I forgot to put the quotation marks. So you have to do is like this. The addition of the numbers added is, you can make it, put the comma always and put num1 plus num4. So this is how you have to represent it at all times. You can also see like I've also done it here for four type of things. Now, what I want you guys to do is print out the operators. No, print out first. You just okay. I'll just tell this. I'm just gonna tell it. Okay? So first things first, I want you to print. If first thing, I'm gonna need you to make a variable called num. Can be num1, 2, or whatever shit. Sorry. Okay, so now what you're gonna basically do next, you're gonna have to let me see. Make a variable, print out the addition, subtraction, multiplication, division of whatever numbers you want. Make four numbers only, okay? Like I've already done. But use different, not exactly one. You should do addition, subtraction, multiplication and division to all of it. Now we'll proceed. So next, now here it is. Now I want you, now I'll be explaining. You need to enter a number from the user itself. You can't like input it on your own. So what you're gonna do, so what we have to do, we have to use int input, and then we have to put double quotation and the bracket double tap. So you have to be inside it as enter a number. Okay, now If you want, if it's a decimal number, never use input. Never use input. You have to use float input, end it, and then we put here is double quotation, and now enter a number. Okay, that's it. For float, for whole number, use int. For decimal number, use float. But if you're using string, suppose you while using string, you don't have to use this. You have to put string input. No, just put input because you can like input anything within it. Okay, so enter anything there like that. So if I remove this now, wait, sorry, not that. See this? Enter a number, do this, and that. That's it. Hey, okay, now I'll be moving on. Now, so using this int input, we can store the numbers which you want in a variable also. And also, and it'll be presented in the output also. Okay, what I mean? So I'll explain you and do this code myself. So first you're going to need a number. So I'll put number 1. Since the user needs to input something, you have to use, you can be float or int, but I prefer using float so you can also input whole numbers and decimal. Okay. So next I have to put input, then double quotation and end it twice and 2 brackets. So enter a, this is what I'll do. Okay. So let me get some space here. Off. So I like to do this the easier way, copy paste, old fashioned way. I keep 4 numbers. I'll just replace this with 2, 3, and 4. So I can easily enter if a whole number and a decimal number using only one line of code. I have to put float and int. I don't think that works, but yeah. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to do first print. So print double quotation the addition of the number, the number. So when I'm doing this, I like to keep it as only 2 numbers, okay? So the addition of the 2 numbers, comma, is number 1 plus number 2. Got it? So now old-fashioned way again, copy pasting this, that, and that. 4 operators, 4 lines. So the now subtraction. If you want to use 4 numbers, you have to like replace with this like 2, 3, 4, like number 1, 2, number 2, number 3, number 3, number 4, like that. So I keep it simple with only minus for now. Keep this into multiplication and this with division. So I'll change everything here. Multiplication and division. Understood? Now, if you haven't understood, you can pause the video, try to understand it. So if you like can't understand it, you can pause the video, go back, listen again, and then come back. If you still can't understand, you can always go to the Discord server and ping me. When you ping me, I'll read it and I'll explain and I'll come with a personal meeting with you and I'll do it. So if you come to the channel, I'll make a new channel as help. Okay, let me just go back. So, help. Wait for it. Okay. So if you come to help and ping me here, like at cool guy kind. If you ping me and type a question in, I'll immediately come and and uh attend with you immediately. Okay, now back to where I was. Okay, so this is the now that's it. That's it. Okay, that's how you enter a number from the user itself. Okay, now I'll printing it. Let me just quote all of this there. Now running the module, saving. So I'm gonna enter a number. So I'm gonna enter 12.2 and 24.2. 0.19993 or whatever, 146.39, 1.016 bar. See, it worked. Okay, now that that's done with, I'm gonna quote you out. I'm quoting it off. Now let's proceed. Sorry about that. I keep it here. So now your next thing, I want you to get the name and age from the user and display it. Okay. So can you use string? Yes, you can. str. Sorry, I forgot. Okay. So you can use string or just input. So I mean, if you use just input, you get input anything. But if you use str string, you can only input string in. Okay. So you have to get the name and age. If you want, you can also put school and any other information you want, and just print it out in one line like I did. So I had to put as your name, your age, comma age, and like that, so on. If you have an error, do not worry. In the next video, I'll be presenting the answer. Do not look at the answer here. There's an error in it. Okay. Who knows? Do not copy this. You have to use something else. Got it? Name, age, school. Sure, but if you are using this same thing, come on, man. You have to add something else if you use those three. Okay. Anyway. Next, they get two numbers from the user and perform addition and display the result. Do that also. Next. Uh, this is okay. Yeah, next. So we can perform an addition within a variable, and you can perform addition within a print statement. It's already given here, so there's nothing. So now if I like num like 10, because I don't know how many numbers are in this, I'll be like putting a plus b in it, and I'll then put as print num10. Now let's see if this works or not. Running the module, put something. I don't know why that's there. See this? So what you can tell from this? 10, 10. I put a plus b there. So this means you can actually put, like I said before, you can put a plus b in the principle. Can't. Because if you do, the both numbers will will collide together, making it an bigger number, which is also incorrect. Excuse me. So you have to put wait. Forget this fully. Okay. Forget that fully. Do not perform anything I say like that. Please do not. It's going to be really hard if you do it like that. Okay. You go here. 10, 10. Do not do that. Okay. You obviously can't put A plus B in it. I don't think you can. So I'll remove this print statement completely. Let's do this. Now, see this? Now let me run it again. 20. See how it came? You got it? So this is how you're going to be doing it from now, okay? The difference from this and this. Oh, sorry. Please do not put any double quotations in this, because you just now saw how it was. You see how this becomes green? Meaning it's gonna print out the statement if it's green, right? That's why it became 10-10. Hmm. This, wait, sorry. Uh, that 10. Saw the difference between? So, yeah. Okay, so that's the end for the basics with the data types. That's the complete end of this video. I hope you have enjoyed the video so far, and I'll meet you in the next video. Thanks.